This is the drive home with
Zac
and TT for the Millwall drive home, driving home from the den where it finished. Millwall 1.
Reading the Royals 0.
Yes! Blimey hell, what a game of two halves that was. After the first half, quite a lot of dissatisfaction around the den. Roundly booed, which was pretty tough after the fact that we started the game really well and then just lost our way, allowed Reading far too much possession, far too much domination of the ball without really creating anything, I've got to add. So they go in and it was a test, an absolute test of the players, the recruitment, to see, can you deal with an unhappy den criticising you? Is tough. That is very, very tough to play in. And they came out second half with a couple of substitutions and absolutely took the game to Reading, and we fully deserved all 3 points. Before we go any further, sorry for the lighting. We'll have to get that sorted out for the next video. We're not used to driving in the dark in the car that we're currently in. And obviously put your likes and your comments in below. Can we get to 100 likes for a win? I think we probably could.
Maybe even 200.
Or 200, I don't know. It's quite, what's it called? We normally get more views if we lose. I think it's a little bit like people want to see us lose. Oh, that helps actually. I've got to get stuck behind other cars. You can see us in the red light. I really, you felt so down at half time, and Hutch was walking off, and you could see he was frustrated with the crowd, but it was justified. It was fully deserved, because ultimately we just, like I said, we just gave them far too much possession. We had a changed lineup today, a back, what was it, 4-3-3 formation that we played. Bartosz in goal, a back four of Ryan Leonard at right back. Who was left back? Murray Wallace was left back. The centre back partnership of, oh my God, this driver in front of me is having an absolute mare. Centre back pairing of Jake Cooper and Sean Hutchinson. The three in midfield were Kefton Beld, Saville and Billy Mitchell. And then the front three, you had Matt Smith partnered either side by Jed Wallace, and who played the left wing?
Benica Fobe.
Yes, he did, Benica Fobe. And that's why Zac's there, because he knows more than I do. And like I said, first 10 minutes, we started off really lively. Won a free kick about 5 minutes into the game, about 30 yards out. You just knew what was going to happen. Jed Wallace steps up and, to be fair, cracks it, going top right. I don't think it was fully in the corner, but he hit it with some pace.
It was going nearly right in the top corner.
And it was well saved by the goalkeeper, who became a little bit of pantomime villain, throughout the game, wasting time. But he done well, as a young goalkeeper. You could tell he got on the ball, calmed their possession down. Far too much time wasting for our liking.
He was being a bit of a numpty sometimes.
He was, and then obviously sped up after we scored in the second half. But then, after that, Reading grew into the game. I think they played the back five, ironically, and their midfield kind of dominated ours again. And Ejaria, they've got two cracking players in Ejaria and Swift. Swift really dominated the game for long parts today and looked the real main danger. If Reading had a decent striker up front other than Pushkas, who I don't rate at all, they probably could have caused us more trouble. But, Swift, when he gets on the ball with Ejaria, they just grew into the game, and we allowed them to just pass it round us, and it was so frustrating to watch. We looked like we were 3 yards. We weren't even a yard off of them. We were 3 yards off of them every single time, and they just played the ball around us without, again, creating much. They created one chance. Did Bartosz have to make a save?
In the whole game, I don't think so. I
don't remember him making a single save in the game. He might have done, but
he collected some, but I don't think he made a save.
So for all their possession, but like I said, we went off at half time, and I forgot to say, there was one good move again by Jed Wallace down the right, plays in Benica Fobe, who's kind of one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Benica Fobe had 2 chances in the first half. The first one actually was cut across, and he absolutely blazed it into nearly the back of the stand, back of the away stand. And then he had another chance where Jed Wallace put him through, and the goalkeeper again comes out well and spreads himself and saves it. But ultimately, we didn't do enough in that first half. We've gone off on the back foot. Kefton Beld has made 3 or 4, tackles, and I said at half time he has to get subbed, otherwise he's going to go. Unfortunately, he does get subbed. Mason Bennett comes on, and Matt Smith goes off, and then was it another midfielder that came on?
No, it wasn't.
Yes, Scott Malone came in at left wing back, and then obviously we went to a back 5. And it made so much of a difference. I'll say my man of the match right now. My man of the match, without a doubt, was Mason Bennett. I think he absolutely changed the game. His work rate, his effort, his desire, but more importantly, his quality on the ball. He kept getting into the hole. I was saying it to Zac so many times, and to the wife who's in the back hiding out the way. But so many times there was a space between their lines, and we just weren't getting there. That's where probably you wanted Saville, but in that position. But he didn't really do it too often. But in the second half, Mason Bennett was getting into that area and turning on the ball and then running at the defence. And it just opened up the game so much. And Billy Mitchell came into his own second half. By far the best half I've seen Billy Mitchell play. Again, someone that got on the ball, drove with the ball, broke up play, made a fantastic challenge right in injury time where he didn't make the challenge, but he just busted his balls to get out to the intensity and the energy in the second half was just light years away from where we were in the first. We created a few chances before we actually scored. Funny enough, we had a ball on the right, and we've scored. Leonard's done it already this season with the ball, and he's floated it, and it's gone over and hit the post. Do you want to say any of the other?
Actually, Jed done that.
No, that was Leonard.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Leonard was running down the right, and it was definitely a cross, just like Jed's against.
That was
Sheffield
Jed's.
United.
Yeah.
And it's hit the inside of the post, but it was more to the side, if you get what I mean. And it kind of come out, and it was very unlucky.
And then we had, like I said, we were starting to create chances. The next chart, well, we'll talk about the goal. A lovely bit of interplay, and I'm not sure if it was Saville or Jed that played the ball over the top, or kind of in the channel, in the corridor of uncertainty, as you'd say in cricket, between the left back and the centre back. For Ryan Leonard, who's come in from right wing back, he then, like we did against Stoke, we've just absolutely opened them up. Benakofobe's running through, their defence has switched off, he's all alone, and then literally couldn't miss from 2 yards out. But he deserved his goal for his work rate. His touch wasn't great today, but his work rate was good. And from then on, actually, we looked far more dangerous on the break. It kind of suits we sat back a little bit, but the intensity was still there. I've said intensity a lot because it was there today. We've created 2 big chances. Jed crossed it in from the right. Malone's drifting in at the back post, and he volleys it, and it just goes wide of the far post from him. Who's your man of the match, and then I'll talk about the other chances.
Well, it was actually out of Bennett and Billy Mitchell today, but I think Bennett just pulled it off because of his hard work rate. He had one shot in the second half that was a little bit over the bar, but I just thought he played stunningly today in his half of football.
He really did. Mason Bennett today just. The chance Zac's alluding to, he was played in, got on the final man, played in by Saville, I think it is, who does really well at that. He's running in on goal, and he hits it. It was well saved, actually, if I remember correctly. I thought his chance was saved.
Oh yeah, it was it was
Jed's
a
chance.
Powerful shot.
Yeah, Jed's chance. A mistake by the centre back in his own half. Jed gets on it, runs through on goal. He's one-on-one. But he's one-on-one. I say that he's one-on-one with a defender. But the Benakofobe's forcing the defender to try and cut off the pass as well as that. Jed probably should have passed in that situation, but he doesn't, and then misses the target. He's gone for power, and it's Jed. So if he hits the target, he's going in the back of the net. But you're just thinking, we've had a few chances. Will we let them get back into it? But actually, Reading created nothing. Absolutely nothing other than a free kick in the last minute of normal time. A tackle by Leonard, a little bit silly, if I'm honest. The ref was a joke today, an absolute joke. Gave us nothing. allowed the time wasting and then only give 3 minutes of injury time, which kind of didn't work for Reading in the end, because I thought normally you do that much time wasting in the game and you're going to get penalised with injury time, but he didn't. So we would have had no injury time at all. But Leonard puts a tackle in on Swift, who'd just taken the ball down out of the air, plucked it down, drove at our defence. Leonard tries to win the ball back, doesn't. He gets the ball, but some of the man. It's a free kick from about 20 yards out, or maybe 25 yards out, and Swift has smashed it straight into the wall, and then we've closed the game out quite comfortably. They did have a lot of possession in and around the box, but that's where we are quite strong, and we do generally defend the box really well. A couple of corners, but we see the game out, and we've got all 3 points. But more importantly, the 3 points, more importantly than the goal, just the attitude and the atmosphere. The atmosphere's changed in the ground. Although they were booed off at half time, a little bit of energy from the players, the fans then got into the game, and that makes so much of a difference. Obviously, everyone gets up. You can see the passion in me and Zac when we're just talking about it. We just want to see the players get involved, and they did, and that lifted the crowd. The crowd sung really well second half. It was dead quiet in the first half, and we kind of fed it off of each other, and now we've got 3 points. We go again against Derby on Saturday. Anything else you want to say, Zac?
Well, there was one moment with their keeper that was quite funny. So he was begging to get a new ball, and then our fan who held the ball, that was originally the ball, threw it back, and it was on top of the keeper's net. So the ref was going, "Behind you," and he was like, "Who?" And then he saw the ball on the back of his net, and then he punched it and then kicked it off. It was quite amusing.
So put your comments and your likes on the video. Zac's asked for, how many did you ask for? 200. We ain't getting 200. If we get to 200, you'll prove him right, and I don't like people proving Zac right over me. But yeah, put your likes on the video. Thank you very much for watching. We'll go again on Saturday. I don't care what formation we play, attitude makes a bloody hell of a difference, and we'll try and do that against Derby. Only one way we can finish it, through the Limehouse link. No one likes us.
We don't care.
Yes!